Hello, everyone. Nimenha, and welcome back to another episode of Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mou podcast. If you're new here, I'm Kathy Mou. I'm the host of this podcast, and I'm all about living a bliss soft life, aka the BS life, which is being in alignment with yourself without abandoning yourself in the process, loving life truly, and living your authentic truth. So, this episode feels really personal to share because this year feels already totally different. And I know last episode was about like the one energy and all of the new energies going on. And again, I'm going to repeat, this is the first month of the 9-year cycle that we just have. So if you add this year's year up, 2 plus 2 plus 6, it's the number of 1. So 1 is all about new beginnings. And I'm already feeling this energy. And so I want to just keep that momentum going. And of course, my solo episodes is all about updates about me. Not only that, but teaching you things that what I've learned, and hopefully you can apply into your daily life. So today's episode, like I said, is just a little bit different, but it's interesting what I've noticed so far because I didn't set bigger goals like I usually do, and it's not because I created a more intense vision board. I didn't even create a vision board this year. Last year I did, and it's still on my wall. I should probably bring that down and update that. But because my body feels calm, like there's just like this peace that I can't explain, the energy. And I totally believe that energy is so real. It makes up everything in our life. And the energy just feels so right. And for the first time in a long time, I feel deeply aligned without forcing anything. And it feels so good. And I just feel relaxed, like my nervous system actually is allowing me to relax, which is another wild thing that I have not felt in a long time. Like the past 9 years, I felt like I've been on fight and flight mode, like survival mode, literally. And I know that sounds simple, but if you're anything like me, or if you've been on a healing or growth journey for a while, you know how easy it is to turn even spirituality into another thing to hustle, like anything, if you're like on fight and flight mode, or if you're a high achiever like me. So today I want to talk about why I stopped forcing my life and what shifted when I finally chose ease over urgency and really practicing living the BS life. So this episode is for you if you're tired of pushing, you're doing all the right things but still feel heavy, or you're craving calm, clarity, and alignment without burning out. So let's talk about it. So for a long time, I believed that growth had to be hard, healing had to be painful, manifestation had to be strategic. And alignment meant constantly asking, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to know? What do I need to learn? Just always doing something. And I was always trying to fix myself, fix my mindset, fix my emotions, fix my timing. Even in spirituality, I was forcing outcomes. I wanted clarity now, answers now, results now. And I know most of my clients struggle with this because I struggle with it, or most of us struggle with it. We live in a culture or society where we want results right now. We can't just be present or just bask in the journey of whatever the lesson it is, or whatever our life is taking us to do or learn or be, right? We want some kind of clarity, guidance, answer, results now. And that's where things go wrong, right? And we get so stuck up on this mindset of like, if things aren't moving, I assume I wasn't doing enough or being enough, or, something's wrong. I need to figure it out. And what I didn't realize back then was that I was still abandoning myself, just in a more spiritual way. I wasn't listening to my body. I wasn't honoring my energy. I was overriding my intuition in the name of growth. And eventually, my body spoke louder. Because when you don't slow down willingly, your nervous system will do it for you. And this is where your physical body and your nervous system is so important. Not only connecting to the spiritual side, you have to connect to your physical as well and kind of align those two together. And that's what I've noticed. And so, if your physical body is unable to be calm enough, then you're not going to follow your intuition. Like your mind, your body, and then the spiritual side is not aligning, and you're not going to be whole or be able to truly understand that your energy and what it's trying to tell you. And then you can't feel it either because your nervous system is kind of blocked. It's like it's protecting you. It's, shielding you from what may think it's fear or trying to hurt your physical body, but it's not. So being aware of both of these, and actually all of these, like your mental, your physical, and the spiritual, how it aligns together is so important. So the shift didn't come from doing more. That's what I noticed in this new year. I've been actually relaxing more. And things have been just aligning more and more for me. And I kind of just want to tear up. Maybe because I'm emotional from being pregnant, but just like little things that I've been wanting so badly is just so easy right now. And I'm just so thankful. I think I'm getting very emotional because I'm just truly in gratitude for not having to be in fight and flight mode. And I'm just receiving like simple things. Like my husband, I used to have to yell at him to be more supportive or something, but something shifted, and I don't know what the energy is or whatever I set intention to, but I just feel like we're finally coexisting the way that I've been wanting, and I don't have to force him to do it. I don't have to ask him a million times. It just feels so freeing. Like he's just being so attentive without me having to ask, and it just feels so good to like not have to be the director. I feel in a way where I have to dictate him to do certain things because he's not aware of it. But now I feel like he is aware of it and he's just doing it and I don't have to say anything. It's like such a good feeling, like one less thing for me to worry or have to worry about. And I just feel so calm, and I just feel truly so grateful that this is what I've been wanting for so long and I get to see it in real life. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional, but maybe because I'm just truly thankful for everything that's been happening and manifesting, and even how this baby came about. Like in my last episode, I told you I was super scared and paranoid about having spotting, and then luckily it stopped, and then I went to go get my blood test at my doctor's office, and it's crazy again alignment. So I got my blood test, and then funny story, I was having a coffee date with my husband, and we dropped our daughter off to daycare, and then we're just waiting around until my blood test because the doctor's office is pretty close, like down the street from my daughter's schooling. And so I was like, okay, let's kill some time. And usually him and I love just to do coffee dates. That's what we kind of do to catch up and talk to each other and connect. And so that was a bad idea, guys. Before you do this blood test, I'd take like 9-10 vials. And I was supposed to drink a lot of water. And I thought like, okay, one little canteen that I have is going to be enough. No way. I was so dehydrated that I didn't have enough water in my system, so the blood didn't come out. Man, that was so painful. Now my arms are bruised up. I would show you guys, but it's just a lot of work right now to do. And bad idea because obviously caffeine makes you dehydrated. So that added to the mess of the blood draw. And yeah, lesson learned. So literally, I was able to get enough blood, like 3 vials, for the baby genetic testing, but it was not enough for me to go and do my genetic testing. So great. And then so I rescheduled. I had to reschedule the appointment, and she was standing right there, and usually she's not supposed to be in the office on that day, and she wasn't even in her scrubs. And I know her so well because I actually speak at her prenatal classes as a speaker. And so we kind of caught up, and I was like, oh my God, hi, you're here. And, and she was just asking me how I was feeling. And then I was like, oh, I was, a little nervous because I had a little bit of spotting. And she's like, what? Why didn't you tell me? Like, why didn't you text me? You need to talk to me and text me. And, she's like, okay, let's just go do a little quick scan just to make sure baby's okay. And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, you're not even supposed to be on the calendar today, whatever. And she's like, no, don't worry about it. Let's just do it. And I was like, all right, fine. It's just for my peace of mind. Luckily, she was there to give me that peace of mind. Like, everything's in alignment. And we checked baby, and baby's healthy. Thank goodness. I'm just so full of blessings. I can't even talk right now. And as I'm recording this episode too, it is 1111. So literally, things have been so magical, aligning, and in perfect divine timing. So that was my story. And then the crazy part out of all of this too. So I rescheduled for Friday, last Friday, for my blood test. And so I did go to the doctor's office to get it done. And funny story is, they couldn't find a vein. So I have to go and wait for my arms to heal when it's no longer bruised, and then finally do the blood test. And hopefully wherever I go, actually at the lab, they're not going to do it at the office because they can't do it. I don't know. And hopefully I'll get that done. But exciting news too, personal, very, very personal update. And of course, I tell you guys everything exclusively just for my listeners, because y'all are my family. Y'all are my friends. I love you guys. I will know the gender sometime next week. So, I just want a healthy baby. I really, truly do not care what the sex of the baby is. I just want it to be healthy. Everybody keeps asking me what I think I'm going to have. And if you've been following along here, but if you're a new listener, I had 2 Akashic readings in my life so far. The first one so accurate, by the way, so accurate that during that time, I had a Akashic reading 2021. That was my first one. And she specifically told me I was going to have a girl first. And then I asked her, am I going to have a second? And she goes, oh yeah, years down the road. And I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's been years after that. And then I was like, okay, what am I going to have? Just curious. And she's like, a boy. Okay, I never really thought anything of it. And so that was accurate. I had a girl. And then I had a Akashic reading with one of her students last year, in the beginning of last year sometime. And then so I asked her, when am I going to have a baby? And then what the sex of it is. And so she said it was a boy. So she confirmed it, that it was a boy. So I don't know. There's still, right, it's free will. So it's always going to change. It's not always set in stone, whatever people always say or envision. So I'm very excited to know the gender of the baby. But my hunch is it's a boy, because I got told twice in a Akashic record or reading that I'm having a boy, but who knows? What do you guys think? I would love to hear in the comments below what you think I'm going to have. Now let me know. Okay, so the shift didn't come from doing more. It came from letting go, okay? Letting go of timelines, letting go of pressure, letting go of needing to prove that I was healed, evolved, or aligned. Ease didn't arrive overnight. It arrived in moments. And crazy how literally I'm just taking little pieces of moments in my life. And these little moments have been so much more meaningful than like a huge grand gesture. Like little baby moments in my life add up to so much joy and peace and happiness. It's like a feeling that I really can't explain, but it's just so blissful and peaceful. And it just feels so good. And like I said, ease didn't arrive overnight, it arrived in moments, which is so, so important. And I want you guys to grasp in the present moments that you have. Like, be truly grateful. And when you're in the present moment and you're looking at these moments, you can be more grateful for them. Like, you can feel it more, right? And this is where our human emotions are so powerful and it makes meaning. Our emotions make meaning to these things. But if your mind is literally looking at the past or the present, your emotions are just so out of you, right? You're not even connected to your emotions. But when you're in the present, you can feel and be present and feel the emotions and understand what it is that you're feeling at that moment, right? And usually it should be a good thing. So moments where I chose rest without guilt was amazing. Moments where I said no and didn't explain myself, incredible. What a relief. And moments where I listened to my body instead of my to-do lists felt so relieving. And I'm not gonna lie, I usually don't watch TV too. Like, I've been actually watching Netflix the last couple of weeks. Just like here and there though. Nothing crazy. But I usually never watch TV or any type of um, shows, but it just makes me realize that it's okay to take a break. And it's not that it's a pattern that I do or use, but it just helps me reset my mindset and actually help me connect to the possibilities. Like, it helps me create a reality that is not just so mundane and day to day. It helps me like elevate my energy and just shows me the possibilities of what can happen, because I watch things like happy, romantic, lighthearted things. I don't watch like things that stress me out because my life is already stressful. Like, why do I need more of that, right? And again, you are the person of all the things that you consume, even when you're listening, watching, whatever. So I try to consume very positive, lighthearted things in my life because that's what I want to attract. So I stopped asking, what should I do next? And I just followed my intuition to see what I want to do or what I have time for, instead of like, I have to do this. And then when I don't, I beat myself up for it. Or then I get full of anxiety that I have this to-do list to do that I didn't even get to or can't do, right? And then I started asking what feels safe, expansive, and true right now for myself. And here's the biggest realization. Ease didn't make me lazy. Ease didn't make me lose momentum. Ease made me magnetic. So when my nervous system calmed down, clarity showed up. When I stopped chasing things aligned, when I trusted myself, life met me there. Alignment isn't loud. It's quiet confidence. It's grounded. It's calm. And what I noticed why ease feels so uncomfortable for so many people, it's because the truth is that most people don't talk about it. They're not even aware of it, right? We're conditioned to believe that struggle equals worth. It's our generation. If you're a millennial, you'll know, or older. I mean, we saw our parents struggle, and that's what we were taught. Like, hard work. Money doesn't grow on trees. It takes hard work to get something and somewhere. And this is where, like, the PS life concept came about, because it was like, I don't want to hustle anymore. It should be easy. Whatever's meant for us is meant for us, right? And just be okay with the journey of wherever you're going through, right? We're so conditioned to believe that if you work harder, you're worth more. But that's not true. We're already born to be worth so much. We are so worthy of everything we believe in. And again, have you seen things online where some people ask Alexa on how hard it is to become a little baby human being on Earth? It's like 1 trillion, whatever. Like, it's hard to even come to Earth, to be a human and to have this experience. So we are all already worthy soul beings. But for some reason, our society makes us believe we aren't. And so this conditioning is just the matrix telling us, right? They want us to work hard to make the elites happy and rich. And that's how they bring us down. So if it's not hard, right, we question things. If it feels calm, we feel suspicious. If things flow, we wait for the other shoe to drop, especially if chaos used to be normal. For many of us, peace feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe. But here's something important. If peace feels uncomfortable, that's not intuition. That's conditioning. Your nervous system sets the tone for your manifestations, not your vision board, not your affirmations, your felt sense of safety. Soft doesn't mean weak. Calm doesn't mean stagnant. Rest doesn't mean you're falling behind. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stop forcing and let yourself receive. And it's crazy because a lot of us get guilty of receiving. Like my twin, she struggles with receiving. And then I said a comment to her, I was like, why don't you just let people treat you? It's fine. If you can't even receive, how do you expect the universe to give you more? And then she thought about it and then she's like, yeah, you know what? I don't really spoil myself. I spoil everybody else around me, but not myself. I should, huh? And so she went on a shopping spree and she was so happy. Little things like that. And she just thought that it was normalized to put everybody else before her. It doesn't have to be like that, right? You have to practice receiving. You have to practice calming your nervous system. You have to practice feeling worthy of yourself and your surroundings. And I have a client that has a tough time feeling worthy. And it's just a self-worth thing. It's a mindset thing, right? No one can make you feel worthy but yourself and the narrative of what you tell yourself. And I mean, all of us have this worthiness thing that we struggle with. Even me, okay? Sometimes I feel like I'm not worthy to have the life that I created. And why is that? It's because of the conditioning, the belief system that I grew up with. Life can't be perfect. Why not? Why can it not be perfect? It can be perfect. If God or higher source is all about positivity, good vibes, high vibes, love, why can't it always be like that? It can, right? If it can be really bad, then it can be really good as well. Because anything can happen at any rate. Anything truly can happen at any time. Just think about that. So if you're listening to this and thinking, okay, but how do I actually live this? Here are 3 shifts you can start making today. First one, ask your body before your mind. Before committing, reacting, or deciding, pause. Ask, does this feel expansive or contracting? Your body knows before your mind does, and this is why I love grounding. I always tell my clients to just close their eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, and then connect to their heart. And then they hear their heart, their soul, their body. And I tell them to take deep breaths because that's how you calm your nervous system. Do you see how it correlates together? And so when you're in a fight and flight mode or you're nervous and you're thinking about it in your ego mind, you're like, you don't make the best decisions, right? And again, I had a client, she had a revelation. She was acting off of her ego mind, and then she just kept making wrong decisions after the other, because she was following her ego, the fear. And then when I told her to ground herself and tap into her heart, it was saying the opposite. And then what was crazy, even crazier, was when she grounded, she was able to attract what she wanted to her and get clarity. It was crazy just by grounding herself. Okay, so really ask your body before your mind first. So take that practice into consideration whenever you can. Okay, number 2, you can redefine productivity. Reset is not a reward. Rest is part of the process. So some of your biggest breakthroughs will come when you're not trying to have one. So just shift your mindset. I know it could be hard, but it just takes practice. So whenever it pops up in your mind, like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, just ground yourself and just like, do I really have to do this? And just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna let things be. And then just let it go. Just let it go if you cannot finish or do whatever. Okay? Redefine productivity, because being productive doesn't mean it's the true path or the right path. You might be spending so much time, energy on something that's not even the right direction. So why try so hard on that? I mean, I'm not telling you don't take action and do something about it or do something about your dreams, but don't try to punish yourself, right? That's the part that we shouldn't be doing. And a lot of us do this. We punish ourselves all the time. And what does punishing yourself do? It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't create positivity for you. It just makes you feel shittier. It doesn't make you high vibe. It doesn't give you more energy. It just puts you down, and it just makes you paralyzed, and it just makes you feel defeated. So why do that? Okay, so and last but not least, 3, choose alignment over urgency. What's meant for you doesn't rush you. What's aligned doesn't pressure you. What's yours will meet you in calm, not chaos. So ask yourself, what would my life look like if I trusted myself more than timeline? And I'm gonna tell you guys, I had to practice this all in 2025, right? So end of 2024, September is when I got my miscarriage. And so I was dealing with that, and for the whole year, 2025 was rough for me, honestly, because I really wanted this baby and I trusted, I knew that it was going to happen. I just didn't know when. And again, this is what I practice, what I preach, this whole thing, right? I was trying to be productive. I was trying to do all these things. I wasn't trusting. I wasn't in alignment. And when I truly just trusted and let go, and then I was like, dude, you know what? That would be really cool if I could get pregnant around Thanksgiving, because my family is actually all coming back, and that never happens. You know, that would be really cool. But if it didn't, that's cool too. Like, I don't mind. You know, I just knew that it would be in alignment, perfect timing. And of course, I got my wish. I was able to get pregnant. And like I said, I took the pregnancy test the day before Thanksgiving Eve. And it was the day that my twin sister came to my house to live, and I was like, let me just take it before she comes, and let's see if I can drink, or like, drink a little bit during the holidays. I don't really drink anymore. Or I cannot drink right now, but in general, I just don't really drink anymore. It just doesn't serve me a purpose. It just makes me more tired and low energy and low vibe. But anywho, besides the point is, I allowed the universe to take its course, and it happened. And ever since then, I just felt so calm and light and trusting. And of course, I'm still had a little PTSD after, the scare that I had of some spotting. But I kept telling myself, right, with my mindset, like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And I knew it in my core gut intuition that this is the time for me, finally, because I did the work. I truly shifted my energy, my mindset to make this happen. And I got the miscarriage because it was not alignment. Like, I wasn't taking care of my body back then as I did now. And it's just different. And I just know it. I just felt it. It's crazy. And then I just noticed a shift in my energy. So this is the energy I'm living in right now. It's It's the energy I guide my clients into. Not forcing clarity, not chasing answers, but learning how to listen, trust, and soften into alignment. If this episode resonated with you, I invite you to work with me deeper, whether that's through one-on-one coaching, angel card readings, and if you felt seen or validated today, please share this episode with someone who needs permission to slow down and soften. You're not behind, you're not broken, you're just being asked to come home to yourself. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next episode of Ignite Your Power. I love you all. Bye! Thank you so much for spending this time with me on Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mou podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, take a deep breath and know this, you're exactly where you're meant to be. If you're feeling called to go deeper, I'd love to support you. You can work with me one-on-one or book a numerology guidance card reading with me. All are in the show links below. And if this episode supported you in any way, please share with someone who needs it, leave a review, or take a screenshot and tag me on social media. Your support helps this message reach more souls who are ready to step into their power. Until next time, keep choosing yourself, keep trusting your journey, and keep living your bliss soft life. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!